Today's film that we are going to talk about comes around once in a great while. A film that relies heavily on visual storytelling to tell its story. Flow premiered last year in France, and it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, where it's been winning praise ever since. This is a film that deserves to be on Criterion, which that may actually happen considering the fact that it was co-produced by Janis Films, who they are direct partners with Criterion. It is a film that has more emotional weight than it appears to be. It, to me, is the best animated film of 2024. It is a film that reminds us of what cinema is supposed to be. Art, cinematic language, visual poetry, and creativity and originality. Flow is a masterpiece, a masterwork of animation that should not be overlooked. Unfortunately, I cannot do a thorough analysis on this film considering that it's still in theaters and I don't have very many clips that I can share, so consider this review a overall analysis on the film. But Flow is a film you should not overlook. In fact, go see this right now. It is a masterwork that we need more than ever. Flow surpasses any film that has come out in recent months. Yes, we did get The Wild Robot, but we are talking about a film that is like actual cinema. The story is quite simple. Told entirely without a single line of dialogue, it tells the story of a cat who, along with a dog, a lemur, a capybara, and a secretary bird, are trying to survive a cataclysmic flood that has flooded their homes. As they travel aimlessly from one place to another, they have to work through their fears and differences to try and survive. That's it. There are no humans anywhere in this story, which you could make the argument that this film is bringing awareness to the issue involving the possibility of rising waters as a result of global warming. The humans probably left Earth and didn't want to deal with the impending doom of the rising floodwaters. That, or this is a post-apocalyptic world in which the humans were wiped out and the animals are all that are left. We don't necessarily need to have character names in order to understand who these characters are. Every animal in the film behaves realistically, giving the film emotional weight and relatability. Also, because there is no English dialogue, it allows us to exercise inferencing and understanding what the characters are thinking through their facial expressions and body language. Flow is more than just that. It's something greater. It's a film you need to see more times in order to understand all of its complexities. This film was given little promotion, which is a huge shame to me. In a sea of films like, if we are talking about this year specifically, Red 1, Moana 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and the juggernaut that is Wicked, that got insane amount of promotion and hype, why can't we give attention to the smaller stories, the underdogs, the ones that have to try harder to stand out? These are films that have amazing writing, subtext, allegories, brilliant characters, and an overarching theme. This film has no dialogue at all, which means it sets itself apart from all the other films that have come out this year and in the last few years. It's a callback to silent cinema, how it had no dialogue at all, with the exception of dialogue cards that show essential dialogue for the audience to see. In the years since the advent of sound, there have been a few other films that either have very little dialogue or no dialogue at all. Such is the case with The Naked Island, Quest for Fire, The Bow, All Is Lost, and Sasquatch Sunset, to name a few. Flow is very unique in its approach to the material, because the characters are trying to live in this world full of water. They don't know how to react, yet they have to work together. They have to understand each other, work together in order to get from one place to another, and so on. It's language in the most simplistic form. In its place is the locations, behaviors of the animals, and artistry to tell its story. Hence the term cinematic language. The animation is another selling point. Every part of it is beautiful. From the trees, the backgrounds, even city landscapes are done with finesse. The best part of the animation is, ironically, the water. It's beautiful when it needs to be, and terrifying when the scene calls for it. It indicates that the situation they are in can either be terrifying, mysterious, or majestic. As a result, the water itself becomes a character. Now, some people may not like a film with no dialogue. I have had conversations with people, even people in my inner circle, who don't like silent films. They don't like watching a film with no dialogue. But here's the thing, part of acting is all about acting using your body language and conveying emotion through your face. Here, you take that and apply it to animals, something that had not been done since, to my knowledge, 1990's The Bear. Flow is a work of art in the right ways. It is a must-watch. Not to mention, it is the right length. If you drag this concept out for a long time, and if you don't have an element that keeps viewers interested, they're going to be bored. The only thing I didn't like was the ending. I felt like it came suddenly without much of an explanation. But that is one nitpick in a sea, no pun intended, of creativity and passion. The guy who made this is from Europe. He only directed one other film prior to this. This guy is now a force to be reckoned with. Give this film and this filmmaker lots of support. I'll do the same. I'm gonna give this movie 9 out of 10. It is cinematic poetry, something that we need right now.